Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Andrew and today I'm here with my sister Tasha.
Hey, how's it going?
I like that. Hey, how's it going? That's cute.
Okay.
So today we wanted to make more of a vulnerable video and just be honest about our sister-sister relationship experience regarding my transition. So I guess first off, what is a sister-sister relationship? What exactly are we talking about when we say that?
Well, I guess to me it's kind of more of it's a friendship that you share with another, usually it's another girl, but in my case it's my brother, but you just, somebody that you can go to emotionally and is there for you.
It's like a bond?
Like a bond, and somebody that, yeah, it's more of an emotional thing, I would say. It's kind of like a best friendship, I guess.
Yeah. But
like if you see teenage girls with their best friends, that's kind of what I think of as the sister-sister bond.
So regarding the sister bond, whenever I came out, there was a time where I remember we had this huge disconnect, and it was like that bond had just been shattered. It was almost like we were strangers again, and it was a really scary and just emotional time.
Mm-hmm. Even bringing that up just makes my heart hurt. Like,
yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. So just kind of, I guess during that time, what were maybe some of your feels or just the emotions, or what did you go through whenever you first heard I was coming out, you know?
Yeah, so I really didn't want to cry, and I don't know if I was expecting it, but honestly with me, I probably should have expected that. But basically, like, what it felt like you said, it felt like we were strangers, and God. Okay.
It's okay.
It felt like we were strangers, and I felt like I didn't know what to expect, and I think this was a few years ago, so it was before there was all this talk in the news about what transgender is. So from my perspective, it seemed like I was losing a sister and gaining a brother. And I already have two of those, two other ones, so I was like, I don't want a brother, I want a sister, and you know, I want to have all the girl talk and all that stuff. So it felt like everybody else didn't really necessarily lose something with that kind of thing. So my brothers, like, they still have me as a sister, my mom still has a daughter, my dad still has a daughter, but it's kind of like I don't have a sister anymore. So that was the hardest part for me. And I hope it's not coming off as too selfish or anything, because really I am very happy that you transitioned, but I think at the time I just didn't really know what to expect.
So I know that you talked about, you know, you had that big fear of losing our sister bond and having a brother now. Maybe what are some of the fears that you're still dealing with?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm really dealing with any fears anymore, because it's been 3 years, and honestly time heals most things. Like, our relationship now is way different than it was 3 years ago whenever you came out, and it's even different than it was a year ago. It's just relationships grow and develop, and that's just part of life. But I don't really have any fears right now. But something that I will say is, if our relationship probably looks a little bit odd to a lot of people, like, we're it's like, you're doing that with your brother, like, just how close we are emotionally and everything. I think a lot of people don't really understand that, but it's kind of like if you said, if we were sisters instead, like if you had that frame of mind, it would just make sense.
It would look appropriate.
Yeah, but now it's kind of like,
that's a little...
They're a little close.
Right,
but it's not, it's not inappropriate, it's just like, I don't know.
It's just different. It's like whenever we were sisters, we would change in front of each other. That's a very common thing to do. I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but whatever. But we still change in front of each other, whereas we would never change in front of our brothers.
Even, like,
you know?
we're just more, like, touchy-feely, too. Like, randomly at work, he'll just, like, you know, do that kind of thing. And it probably looks a little bit weird, but, you know, like, if my other brothers came up and did that to me, or I did that to them, I don't know, I feel like it would look a little bit not different to other people, but it would feel weird to me to do that.
Right. So, do you feel that our sister bond has gone away, or how do you feel it has changed?
I wouldn't say that it has gone away. I feel like it's more evolved into something else, because I feel like we're both happier now than, especially you. Like, you feel like yourself, and in you showing your true self, I feel more inclined to show my true self. And it just makes me happier, and I really enjoy seeing like your growth process, and it kind of inspires me to grow more too.
That's awesome. Would you say that you're missing anything?
I would say that sometimes it kind of stings a little bit whenever, you know, I see girls and, you know, they talk about, you know, like, oh, my sister and I did this and everything. And it's kind of more like, I wish I had that to show the world. But inside it's the same thing for me. It's just kind of like, I would love to have, it's kind of more of a fitting in kind of thing. Like, it feels a little bit excluded, but then if you think about it, like, not, you know, it's not necessarily a super common thing. Like, not everybody has a sister.
Just from my perspective, even though we went through some really hard times to get here, I really feel like we have a better relationship now than we did before I came out, because going through this whole process of coming out and, you know, dealing with the struggles and everything is giving me a level of confidence that I feel really fearless now. I don't feel like there's anything that I can say to you that will make you abandon me or view me as less of a person, you know, and I feel like now you feel the same, because I've been so vulnerable with you. You feel you can be vulnerable with me, which has given this trust and this just connection that is awesome.
Yes.
I really value it, and I think I wouldn't have gotten this with you had we not been through this, you know?
You're making me cry again.
Oh.
They're happy tears though, they're happy tears.
Okay.
I'm just an emotional person, so. What can I say?
I'm crying on the inside. I don't really cry that much. If you're trans and maybe you're going through a similar situation where right now you had a person where you had this really great bond with them and now you just feel like it's gone, I hope that this gives you some courage and maybe some inspiration, and just kind of know that it will take time, but it can come out a million times better than it was before.
I think that's true. It's not even about the sister-sister bond. That's just
right.
a specific example of what we went through. It's really just a closeness. And honestly, there was a time period where we were very distant, and we've talked about that before, but I don't think I can express enough like how much time heals things, especially if that person that you're close with is open and accepting. You just have to give them time to adjust a little bit. It's like building muscles. You tear it a little bit and then it heals up stronger. So, us and the analogies.
Yeah, I love them. If you have any more questions, or if you feel alone, you just kind of want to vent or talk to somebody, you can always come to me. I'd be more than happy to listen to your story and your experience, answer any questions that you have. All my social media is linked below, so if you want to message me, feel free to. Other than that, that's about all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.